Two people are now joined. Welcome, everybody. I'd rather speak to somebody than just speak to the AI technology. Or I do quite a lot of recordings, and it's always nice to have the energy coming through the screen. Sometimes not so good, with people who are very negative and very dark, and from the opposite side of the universe to you and I. Those that cause hate, hate, those that cause anger, and those that mock and ridicule and really feed from that. Those are the souls that I've been speaking about over the past few months now, trying to help people recognize why some people in these spacesuits do the most horrendous things and not even bat an eyelid, not even a thought. You and I sit down and think, I couldn't even describe the feeling it would be to join a group and then start attacking everybody in that group. Whereas these people who do this, I have to train my little poodle one day. Okay, baby. I know you're brave, but that's a lovely little dog. That's a lovely dog. That's a lovely dog. All right, baby. All right, baby. All right. Okay. It's a lovely dog. It's a lovely dog. All right, baby. Okay, good girl. All right, okay. All right. Everybody knows. It's okay. It's okay, baby. Everybody hears. Everybody hears you. Yes, everybody hears. Good girl.
What's she having for breakfast?
She's like that with other dogs. Since she got bitten, she's just sensitive. Really sensitive.
And what's she eating? Nice smoothie?
Smooth. Apple and ginger.
Oh, that sounds nice.
It's lovely. It's lovely. Yeah, see you soon. It's okay, baby. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So, yeah, going back to this understanding of humanity, you just need to stand back and look at everything, and you wonder why things don't get fixed. You wonder why wars don't stop. You wonder why good human beings with an intention of love and non-war get shot and killed. But why is that? Why isn't it? Have you ever thought, why has never the bad people ever got killed? Eh? Why don't they get shot? They don't get shot. It's really simple, guys. It's so simple. Because where you come from and I come from, we wouldn't kill anybody. So good souls don't kill bad souls. It doesn't work like that. Because it's not in our consciousness to do that. It's to love and to help and to heal and to live in harmony. But those that live amongst us, and there are many, now more than ever, they cause suffering, they cause death, they cause pain, they cause wars, they cause famine, they cause the most devious tricks, and they're the stealers of energy, they're the stealers of wealth, they're the stealers of everything they can. So when you realize this, that we live amongst these monsters, and there are many of them, there are many monsters that are not like you and I. They may have the same spacesuit, they may have the same eyes and ears and nose and brain, but their consciousness inside is that what I speak of now these days, that we have to recognize. And the problem is, it's hard to know who these monsters are. It's challenging unless you're a healer and you work on them, which is very rare. It's hard to feel them and understand them and know who they are and what they are. But there are signs that you can clearly see where the monsters are. You can clearly see what's happening in the world, and how you and I shake our heads and say, how are they allowing this to happen? How is Benjamin Netanyahu able to murder children and get away with it? I mean, not just murder, genocide, and get away with it. It's easy, because those in charge, those in control, are the ones that I speak of. They're the ones that walk amongst us. And there are many. There are many more than we dare to imagine. And that's why the world is run by these monsters. They're in all the top positions because that's what their energy craves. That's why they're in the positions they are. That's why I've said to you many times, good, kind, caring souls do not want to enter into politics, because there is no feeding of that energy. Whereas if you are the monsters that I speak of, the real monsters that don't come from the same spirit world than you and I, they come from a dark, devious world that feeds from good, kindness, love. It feeds from, hate. It feeds from the good, kind, caring people by way of making them suffer. They can't feed from us when we're on the energy of love and our energy. But when they can turn our energy against us, they feed from it. That's how it works. You're seeing it more and more. That's why good people who say we don't want war get shot and killed, because monsters see that as you taking their food, you taking their energy, you taking their life. They want to live in that energy. That's why I've said the world, most of the world isn't ready for this. But the truth is, it's not that they're not ready for it. It's just that most of the world is filled with these monsters that want to live in hate, want to live in cheating you, and want to live in causing as much harm and issues and hate. And they feed from the suffering. They're watching it on TV and feeding from it. They feed from people who are being beat on the streets, a grandma being mugged. They watch them and feed from that energy off the screen, whereas we feel sick, and then we create the same energy to feed them even more. When you walk around in love and you speak of love and healing and come up with answers, ways of creating, oh boy, are you going to be hated by these monsters, and they are everywhere. So keep that in mind. Please keep that in mind when somebody attacks you and somebody gets angry and you think, well, all I'm doing is speaking of love and all I want is to help heal the world. Now you know why they attack you, because they're not like you. They don't come from the same, they might have the same body as you, but deep down the consciousness that lives within that, the body just dies, but that consciousness goes back to where they come from, which is a place of complete and utter dark energy that feeds from dark energy, that lives in dark energy. That's why they want to create hell on earth, because that will feed them. All right, baby. All right, baby. All right, baby. Just keep it. That doggy. It's a doggy. It's okay. It's only a nice doggy. It's only a nice doggy. It's 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 a nice doggy. You probably get on really well with that doggy. Since she got bit by an aggressive dog, she double whammy. She tries to defend herself before it even starts. She warns them because she don't want to get bit. And I get it. I understand it. Bless her. So there you go. I don't know if you understand this or if it's too crazy an idea, or just meditate on it, think on it. Because everything that I speak about, if you think about it, it actually does make a lot of sense. We've been told, we've been hijacked to believe that we are all the same. And the bodies may be slightly different colours, slightly different heights, but nobody really talks about the consciousness that keeps this body alive. The only reason why I share this is not to be separate from others, but just to warn you and help you understand why there is war all the time, why there are people that attack us for only sharing love and truth. All of the things that we do are the energy that we feed from, and the energy that we give to help people who are like you and I. When monsters are in these bodies, all they look towards is causing pain, suffering, because that's what they feed from. That's what they love. That is their energy. Chaos is their energy. It is what they feed from. It's what they give. That is who they are. You can't change that. Sometimes you can just catch a glimpse because they're amazing at acting. Hey, we're amazing at acting. We smile when we know we feel bad inside, but we do it for the reasons that we don't want to hurt people. These monsters, they hide behind a smile, but they want to hurt us. They want to cause as much pain and suffering to you. They are jealous, they are angry, they want everything, and they want you to have nothing. They are different. They are completely different energy. They come from a different place. That is their normal. That is their normal. When there's a war, that's their normal. That is normal to them. When there is a war with us, it's like, why can't anybody see that killing these children, no matter what colour they are, where they live, is wrong? To you and I, we understand and we feel the pain and we share it and we talk about it. The monsters, they want to continue doing what they're doing because they want to create this energy, this fake reality, which we know is a fake reality. It's a bully reality. We're living in a playground, and that bully is still here amongst us. And the problem is, when you're a kind, caring, loving soul, you don't want conflict. And no matter how hard we try to say we have to stand up and do something, call it out, say it's wrong, say no, stand up when you see anything bad happening where you live, it's hard for most people who come from the same place as me, because they don't want to hurt, they don't want to cause harm, they don't want to cause trouble, and that's how they get away with it. Anyway, it is what it is. So again, we go straight back to the point to all of this, that you have the power to change everything that's around you. Either fit in with everything that's happening, which is all the AI technology, all the new, and really dark agenda in taking away everybody's livelihood, so that these monsters control everything. They control it through AI, they control it through new technologies, new robotics. Humans will be simply nil and void soon, because they're on this planet to feed from everything. So they don't give a shit about you. That's why it continues. That's why you scratch your head wondering why are we being fed poison? Because they don't care about you. Do you think they feed from poison? And even if they did, it wouldn't be poison to them. It would probably be healing to them. I don't think they give a shit what they eat. I don't think they feel anything in their body. I think there is something extremely powerful that a lot of us don't talk about, and we're frightened of talking about, because that's the last thing we want to hear. But I'm sorry, guys, but I think it's true. I think the darkness has a lot of power, and us light people, why do we get killed so easy? Why do we get shot? Why do bad things happen to us? Why is it that these monsters seem to live till they're 110 and outlive most people? You know, on a physical level, I think the body will produce what it needs to produce, but I guess it's connected to the consciousness from wherever we come from. So our consciousness is connected to love, which means that we have to vibrate at the same frequency. If not, then there'll be a clash in the body between you being love and the body being sick. And that's why they know that when they create sadness, when they create so much nasty energy around us and suffering, that then there's a battle between our body and our consciousness, and that's when we can create disease. Whereas they're in harmony with their body and their consciousness, because they're not out of balance. If they live from anger, and if they live from hate, and they feed from abuse, then the physical body isn't feeling any suffering, because they're getting what they need. Whereas we are in constant battle, if you understand that. We want happiness and joy and love. We want healing and kindness. And all these monsters are creating the opposite. So that's the conflict between the physical, because the physical will always follow what the mental and emotional thoughts and feelings are. So if somebody hurts you and you feel bad, your body will say, okay, something feels bad, it's the heart, so now the heart's going to cause an issue. When you see these monsters, we're smiling because they've just killed 500,000 people, and they work for NATO or the EU or Klaus Schwab's. They smile. They're not in conflict. They're not in conflict. They're in joy, because that's what they've always wanted. So maybe that's why they live longer. These are only my thoughts, by the way. I can't prove any of these things. All I can tell you is what I know in my heart, that when I meet certain people, I know they don't come from the same place as me at all. They're nothing like me. Everything, their makeup, everything about them is nothing like me. Their joy in seeing suffering and pain, yeah, they deserve that. Yeah, kill them. Yeah, but it's Russia. We need to kill them. We need to kill the Russians. No, you're like that for, it's not just Russians, mate. You're like that for everything. You want to kill everything. You want to kill everybody. Really? Be honest with it. Be honest with me. You really enjoy that people are being killed. There's one beautiful thing about all of this, that deep down most of us know that there's no such thing as death. The good ones, the kind ones, the ones who are strong inside and are not influenced and programmed, the ones who listen to their consciousness and know there is no such thing as death. If I was to leave tomorrow with cancer, if I was to leave tomorrow with a bomb or a gun shot, I know I've done what I've needed to do and more, and I'm proud of who I am, and through my faults, mistakes that I've made, I've learned and grown and experienced and conquered them, and still have many more, and will still make many more mistakes daily. But overall, I can sleep on a night. My consciousness is good. It's really good. And the only time I really suffer is when I see what's happening around me in this world. And the fact that I know it is what it's meant to be. It's all as it should be. And everything that I do makes a little bit of difference, either in a positive way or a negative way. And I wholeheartedly know that when I'm suffering because I see pain, I know it doesn't heal the world. I know I have to see it. I know I have to feel it. And now what do I do with it? What do I do with that energy, and what do I do to make the change?
So you can see.
So that's how I deal with it. And I make the change one soul at a time. That's as much as any of us can ever do. It's not about being a world voice leader. It's just about being a good person and doing your best, having integrity and being kind and caring and sharing, and being strong enough to stop monsters whenever you have the opportunity, and never being frightened of seeing what you see and sharing that, because that is a powerful energy. When I see wrongdoing, I will share it. When I see somebody doing something beautiful, I will not only share it, but I will support it. These are the things that I do daily. So I'm wishing you all a fantastic day, guys. They can do what they want. They can shadow banners, because that's what this is. The monsters are the shadow banners. They can pretend and lie and cheat, and they can try and hurt us wherever we are in the world, and they can shoot us. But we keep coming back because we want to, through choice, through will. And I guess it's a never-ending game of coming and going, to grow through the experience, and thus your consciousness grows. Be amazing, which you are. Be beautiful. Don't ever let monsters stop you, those that come from a different part of this universe, that live in these bodies. Don't let the 5G affect you. Don't let the spraying, the poisoning affect you. Grow, learn, be savvy, be smart, box clever. We've lasted this far through all the psyops, the greatest, biggest psyop that ever happened in our history, pushing a poison into our body. Well done if you didn't fall for it. And if you did, then you're just learning. And you have to learn sometimes the easy way and sometimes the freaking hard way. But it's simply a body. Your consciousness will never die. Spend your time in meditation as much as you can. Try to self-heal as much as you can. Try and feed the body of medicine, which is of Mother Nature. And these things are vital to our path and journey. Send good thoughts to those that you feel need them, even the ones that are not nice. Send good energy. It is a difficult one to know where the line is drawn, to know whether somebody who comes from the spirit world like you and I, and those monsters, how do you know the difference? Can a human being who came from the spirit world be the same? Can they be dark? Everything that we do, our mistakes, comes with an energy of guilt, of pain, of suffering. The monsters that I speak of do not have guilt. They don't have pain. There is no remorse. The only thing they do is have crocodile tears and pretend. Prince Andrew is a typical example. Monster. Pretend to cry. The only reason why he was acting is because he was caught. That's the only reason. He was angry that he was caught, just like most of the monarchies. Sweden, all of them. I often wonder how there's a great question of, before we come, do we know that we come into a certain body in a certain family? And the more I think about it, the more I think there is definitely something in that. I think the free will gives you a choice where you want to be born, into which family. And if you are a monster, you want to be in the same lineage or the same family bloodline, because it's easier then for you. I think for people like you and I, we sometimes come here to challenge certain places where we are born, which mother we have, and it's an interesting thing, and I can't wait to move back to the spirit world to understand it more. There's so many things I don't know, and so many things I can only think about. And when I meditate over the years and ask spirit about our home world and how we come here and why do we come here and can we choose our mother and father and things like that, every question is asked is normally and is very open to the suggestion of everything is as it should be, everything is exactly as you want. You can create anything is possible. It's never a no you can't, no you don't do this, no you can't do that. I've never felt that energy when spirit speaks through me. It's always love, openness, power. Everything is acceptable, everything is as it should be. It's always like, Mark, there's nothing to worry about, it's okay, everything's fine. And it's like, that's why I loved being in that energy when spirit comes close, because the feeling of your home world and how we feel when we're there is so incredible, is so beautiful. It's like, I sometimes understand why people don't want to be here anymore and they just want to go home. I get that. But there's a reason why we're here. And till my last breath, until your last breath, we share the truth. We point out injustice. We stand for those around us that are being persecuted and bullied. We call out the monsters, the lies, those are in high places that have prominent positions, big voices that are purposely put there because they're easily manipulated. I'll drink to all those that continue to share the light and wonder why things sometimes don't always work out so good, or maybe why is these people so popular and doing so well, and why am I kind of struggling? And I just say one thing to you guys: you are the heroes, and those are the ones that we need to look up to, because you are being suppressed by darkness every day because they know the power of your voice. And that's how powerful darkness is. I spent a couple of years ago, I was in Bali, and every time I was trying to do a video about what was happening, I was being stopped, and it was too much of a coincidence. So I believe that there is darkness that recognizes the power within you, and it will do everything it can to stop you from connecting to people, it will stop your voice. So that's because you're powerful. That's because you're a good soul. That's because you can't be bought. That's because you can't be manipulated. You are the dangerous ones, and you are the powerful ones. And everything else that you watch on the black screen is simply an illusion, a lie, a joke. So don't buy into it. Don't give it value. Don't measure yourself to the Tucker Carlsons and the Joe Rogans and all of the others. You're far better than that. You're far more powerful, far stronger. For they are where they are because they're easily manipulated. You're amazing. You are amazing. Freaking amazing. Don't